Once upon a time in the primordial oceans of Earth, life was simple. Single-celled organisms floated aimlessly, reacting purely to chemical gradients, moving towards nutrients and away from toxins. There was no awareness, no thought, just automatic responses coded by genetics. However, the environment was ever-changing, and survival required adaptation. Among these early life forms emerged a tiny organism named Lucidia. Unlike her peers, Lucidia had a slight mutation. She could sense light and darkness. This simple perception allowed her to move towards light-rich areas where photosynthetic partners thrived, providing more food. Lucidia's ability to sense and respond gave her a survival edge, and she reproduced more successfully. Generations passed, and organisms like Lucidia became more complex. Sensing light evolved into detecting shapes and movements. Now predators and prey could be identified. An ancestral fish, let's call him Sparrow, developed rudimentary eyesight and a primitive brain capable of processing these visual cues. One day Sparrow noticed a shadow overhead, a predator fish. Instead of just reacting reflexively, he paused for a split second, evaluating whether to flee or hide among the corals. This tiny moment of deliberation was the spark of consciousness, the ability to assess, decide, and act based on more than just instinct. As eons rolled on, creatures with more advanced brains emerged. Early mammals developed emotions like fear and pleasure, enhancing their survival through social bonding and learning. A small rodent-like creature, Mira, lived in groups for protection. She began to recognize not just threats but also the intentions of others in her group. Mira could anticipate the actions of her peers, allowing for coordinated activities like group foraging and alert systems against predators. Finally, primates like Ellis evolved with highly developed brains capable of abstract thought, self-awareness, and complex communication. Ellis could reflect on past experiences, plan for the future, and even empathize with others, all profound aspects of consciousness. This level of awareness significantly boosted her ability to survive and reproduce in a complex and often hostile environment. The proof and the theory. The narrative illustrates a key concept in evolutionary biology. Consciousness emerged as a byproduct of natural selection, favoring traits that enhance survival and reproduction. Here's how the survival instinct crystallizes into consciousness. Sensory perception enhances. Survival. Early organisms with better sensory abilities could find food and avoid danger more effectively. This is evident in the evolution of sensory organs like eyes and ears. Information processing leads to better decisions. As brains became more complex, organisms could process sensory information to make more nuanced decisions rather than simple reflexes. This improved their ability to respond to environmental challenges. Self-awareness optimizes actions. Being aware of oneself in relation to the environment allows for better prediction of outcomes. Self-aware organisms can learn from past mistakes, plan for the future, and adjust their behavior in ways that are not purely instinctual. Social consciousness improves group survival. In social species, understanding the intentions and emotions of others enhances cooperation, which can be crucial for survival. Scientific support, evolutionary psychology, suggests that psychological traits, including aspects of consciousness, evolved to solve recurrent problems in human ancestral environments. Survival and reproduction are central to this theory. Neuroscience findings. Studies show that regions of the brain associated with consciousness, like the prefrontal cortex, are also involved in decision-making processes critical for survival. Comparative cognition. Observations of animals demonstrate varying levels of consciousness correlated with survival behaviors. For example, primates using tools or elephants exhibiting self-recognition in mirrors. Adaptive advantage. Consciousness allows for flexible behavior, adaptation to new environments, and complex social interactions, all of which enhance survival prospects. Conclusion. Consciousness can be seen as an advanced tool crafted by the pressures of survival. The survival instinct drove the evolution of increasingly sophisticated mechanisms for interacting with the world, culminating in the rich, self-aware consciousness experienced by humans and perhaps other advanced animals. This perspective not only provides a plausible explanation for the origin of consciousness, but also underscores the profound connection between our deepest instincts and our highest mental faculties.